there's lots of confusion around the relationship between large language models and the reason you should have databases operate externally from the LLM. And let me explain it to you. A large language model is purely a probabilistic output engine, meaning even if you direct it to tell you a fact, it's impossible to prove that fact. It is simply giving you the output based on patterns it recognizes. It cannot prove itself. Now, this is where having an having a database that you can control matters, because in many situations you need to audit the output. Because the LLM cannot prove itself, you need to have an external database, like a graph database, say Filecore or MongoDB, which is what I use oftentimes for transactions, so that you can audit it. In other words, there's a separation between how and what. The LLM is really good at outputting stuff, the what. It is really bad at telling you how it reasoned about that fact. So LLMs appear to be intelligent and smart, but it's just operating as a big parrot. It's just parroting patterns back to you. I hope that makes sense. So when it comes to building agentic applications, we need to have a large degree of certitude. We need to have discrete outputs. But how do you fix the gap between discrete outputs with a probabilistic engine? So you see there's an impedance, there's friction between the two natures of the system. This is why you should tell the LLM to validate and verify its procedures while generating outputs. This can be achieved through the use of an orchestration layer called LangGraph. LangGraph is essentially the implementation of a framework about how the LLM is to reason, because large language models cannot and do not have a particular agenda. It requires some orchestration layer, a framework to reason about its facts. In the same way, we still need lawyers to interpret the law. In the same way, the LangGraph operates as an interpreter of the facts.